In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make and how to use dichotomous keys to identify individuals from small groups of organisms. We've been studying classification up to now and how Linnaeus used the kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species to separate out all living organisms and identify different species. This tool, a dichotomous key, is just used to separate smaller groups and identify different individuals in that group. So dichotomous means divided into two parts, and that's what we're going to do at each stage in the dichotomous key. So let's start with how to make a dichotomous key. You're going to look at the individuals that you have in the group and choose a characteristic that is different for some of the organisms. Choose a visible characteristic that you can use to split the group into two new groups. The characteristic that you choose must be worded in a statement or question to which you can answer yes or no. So, for example, you would say, has 4 legs. The answer to that would be yes or no. You must be careful not to say, how many legs does it have? Because the answer, of course, could be 2, it could be 4, it could be 6, or any other number of answers. Once you have answered your statement or question yes or no, yes will take you to a second statement where that statement will divide the group again into two groups. No will take you to a third statement, and that group will be further divided into two groups. We continue to use statements to split the groups until each group has only one individual in it, and in this way we manage to identify the individuals in a group. So this dichotomous key is used to separate these 5 organisms. Okay, 1, a reptile, bird, amphibian, fish, and a mammal. So this side is a series of statements and this side is a flowchart, but basically they're the same dichotomous key, just 2 ways of presenting them. We choose something that we can see. So the first thing that I can see that I've chosen is, does it have scales? This chameleon and this fish have scales, so they are one group, yes, and the bird, the frog, and the fox don't have scales, so they're the second group, no. So if I answer yes to the question, I will go to statement 2. Does it have fins? If it has fins, the answer tells us yes, it has fins. It must be a fish. No, it doesn't have fins. It must be a reptile. If I'd answered no to the first question, we'd be dealing with the bird, frog, and fox. The next question in that group would be, does it have feathers? If I answer yes, it's a bird. If I answer no, then I've got to go to a 4th statement to separate these last 2 out. And that statement is, does it have fur? If it has fur, it's a mammal. If it doesn't have fur, it's an amphibian. So that's a simple dichotomous key, and it shows you how to put it together. Let's go on to creating a dichotomous key, a fun one that I stole the idea from the internet, but we've done our own new one. It's a dichotomous key separating minions. So here are 3 minions, and this guy in the middle seems to think that the other 2 are called stupid. So let's identify them all and help to prevent someone from being knocked out. I'm sure that if I get the names of the minions wrong, one of you might help me out. So I've found 6 different minions, and I think I've got their names correct, and we're going to use their different characteristics to separate them. So I can see just from looking at them now that some have 1 eye, some have 2, some have logos on their overalls, some don't, some are smiling, some aren't, some have spiky hair, some have a bunch of hair, and some have actually bothered to comb their hair today. So let's go through the statements that I've made based on observed characteristics. The first one I chose is quite an obvious one, has only 1 eye. Yes gives us these 2, no gives us these 4. So yes, go to statement 2, no, go to statement 3. Statement 2, separating these 2, has combed hair. One of them has combed hair and one doesn't. If I answer yes, the one with combed hair is called Stuart, and if I answer no, the one without combed hair is called Carl. So we've separated these two now. Now we're going to deal with the second group, the ones that have two eyes. The third statement says, has the GRU logo on his overalls? And I can see two of them do and two of them don't. So if we answer yes, these two, we're going to go to statement 4. If we answer no, these two, we're going to go to statement 5. When we get to statement 4, the statement is, has spiky hair. I can see that one has got spiky hair and the other has beautifully combed hair. So if we answer yes, he has spiky hair, his name's George, and the one with combed hair is Dave. Last statement, number 5, this time separating these two. The statement is, has a teddy bear. And we can see clearly, yes, Bob has a teddy bear, and no, Kevin doesn't. So this is just a fun dichotomous key to separate a few minions. I hope I've got their names right. This is the first way of presenting it in a series of statements. We could also present it in a table, as shown here. Or you could present your dichotomous key in a flowchart, as shown here. But this does require quite a bit of planning, so think carefully. So your assignment is to create your very own dichotomous key. You need to find 5 items in your home or garden. They could be from your kitchen, from your pencil case, outside in the garden, and then look at them, observe them, and create a dichotomous key by separating them into 2 groups each time. You can draw a flowchart, you can make a table, or write a series of statements. Make sure that you plan it carefully. Enjoy!